This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
You want to take a wild guess at what your predictions were back on July the 29th and how they might. You don't have to give me. We'll do this tomorrow. What the score is going to be, but what you think it's going to be. But here's. Do you have an idea what you predicted?
What I predicted for this game?
Yeah.
Man. Did we do the whole season like this?
No, we didn't. We just did the first three games. First three games on July 29th.
This is kind of fun. I would have said 48-17.
Wow, you were really close. 44-17 is what you said. Jeff, do you have any idea what you said? Okay, it's a talk show.
Got no idea what I would have said.
Just shake your head.
No idea what I would have said. I don't focus that much on what my score predictions are in July.
Okay. Well, you said 56-20, so clearly you didn't focus.
What did we say on the first two?
On the first two, I said for ACU 60-29. You said 55-10, and Jeff said 40-17. So
Jeff would have won that one.
On the second game,
Washington State.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide. Right, I'm trying to decide what we all. I think we all picked a win here. I had it 28-21. You had it 34-24, and Jeff had it 30-24. And then on this game, I had it 30-20 with North Texas. With Tech winning 30-20.
You had Tech only winning 30-20?
30-20.
Okay.
Yeah, 30-20. That was on July the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's a little bit different. I did get with my my academic year kind of dissertation or discussion or statement. I did get a text here from the lucky lady that said, and she was an academician, right? Worked over there at the Big Red Spread. Can you hear my eyes roll?
Yeah, I felt like the whole time that you were just taking a shot at your wife.
No, I was not.
That's what it felt like to me. It felt like this was a battle going on at the dinner table of the Heinz house.
Oh no, not at all.
And that's what this was about. We just happened to be a part of it. Yeah.
No. Yeah. The world of academe. Somebody asked this question: is Tech asking fans to wear white because they know the season is a loss and they're waving the white flag and want fans to surrender and wear white? No, I think it's the ag game, right? Yeah. The ag and oil game.
I don't know the answer to that.
I think that's the case.
All right.
Okay. I don't think we're surrendering. Okay.
I definitely don't think we're surrendering.
There's no general to hand a sword over to or anything like this. I don't believe. I don't think General Morris is going to get a sword from General McGuire. Wouldn't that be kind of fun though if you had one like that you could use at the end of the season? Here's my sword. Okay. Take it away from me. That'd be sad, because it may
take a sword away from who?
Like back in the day, the swords. When the generals would surrender, like in World War II, they would hand over their sword.
And you want our coach to hand over his sword?
Well, I mean, if they lose, or get the sword from the other coach too, and when you beat them.
And so you get to collect swords.
Yeah, right. You can hang up swords and stuff like that, but we're kind of out of that business, kind of the pirate business, right?
We're trying to save money Chuck, we got to pay all the athletes. So I mean, we've had some football coaches around here that would have cost us some serious money on swords.
Yes. It's a Celebrate Agriculture Day. That's the official term for this. And I was just looking at a T-shirt that's gray, not white, but they don't call it.
Those are more comfortable, right, Chuck?
I believe that the grays are more comfortable. Yes. Yes, I do.
Bullfighter, do you have that one down?
Gray T-shirts are more comfortable than the others. But what is the T-shirt that those dry ones, the dry fits?
Dry fit?
I have initially, and this just probably should not surprise you at all. Initially, I was like, I'm not wearing any of those dry fits. I'm a T-shirt guy. But now it's like that's my preferred T-shirt is the dry fit. They're a little bit more expensive, but I really like them. Mm-hmm. I like them for my undershirt, underneath my shirts, and I like them as like our Double T 97.3 dry fits and others as well. But a gray T-shirt or a gray sweatshirt, for whatever reason, fits better than any other color. Okay. You don't buy into this, do you?
I do not buy into it.
Okay.
I don't think the color makes it feel different.
I think it's just I do. I do. It just fits better. Like if I'm looking for a sweatshirt, I'm like, how's it? Do you have it in gray? No, we only have it in this color, sir. Okay, well, I'll pass. I want it in gray. 6:38 this morning here on the morning drive. So white is a cooler color in hot weather. Somebody says, all right, if it is the ag game, it's probably representative of local cotton farmers for white, not for certain. Well, see, they did do a cotton game, they did do an oil game, and then they just kind of put them all together. Yeah. They called it agriculture game. Because remember that one year, it was the ag game, it's the cotton game, and it was white out, and then the team were black, and the cotton farmers got all pissy about it. Mm-hmm. Well, we wear black. It's cotton. Cotton's white. That's a fair point.
Yeah,
it's a fair point. But the head coach wanted his team to wear black or red or whatever, but not white that day. So they got.
That was the day the fans were told to wear one thing and the team wore different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We should try to be together.
Yeah. Somebody says this: has anyone assessed Chuck for a stroke this morning? Dude is off his rocker. You must be a first-time listener.
How do I assess? Is there a test I can give him? Do I try to make him count to 10?
640.
Bullfighter says he's updated the list.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Sports history. Today is September the 12th, 2024. Here is Jeff McGuire.
1922, Paavo Nurmi runs a world record 5,000 meter, 14 minutes, 35.4 seconds.
I should have known just by the way that you said that with some glee in your voice that our friend Paavo Nurmi had done something.
The Flying Finn, ladies and gentlemen, the official marathon runner of the morning drive. Mm-hmm. 1930, Brooklyn catcher Al Lopez hits Major League Baseball's last recorded bounced home run. After this, it would become...
a book rule double?
No.
Oh.
No, it is a book rule. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, it is a book rule double.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, I think Chuck got that right. No. And then I'm like confused doing Jeff's answer. And I'm like,
Jeff says no. He's just used to saying no to me.
I was expecting you to say a ground rule double.
Yeah.
No,
so you said it right. I apologize for thinking you said something you hadn't said yet. 1940.
So they used to call that a home run. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that either.
Yeah. Okay.
1947, Pittsburgh future Baseball Hall of Fame left fielder Ralph Kiner hits 2 home runs in the Pirates' 4-3 win over the Boston Braves at Forbes Field. It was his record 8th home run in 4 games. 1954, this is probably more for me than anybody else. White Sox win their 90th game. It's the first time they'd won that many since 1920. So just another 34 years, and we'll be back to 90 wins. 1976, Seattle Seahawks play their first regular season game and lose to St. Louis 30-24. In the home opener in 1987, Spike Dykes gets his first win as head coach with a 33-24 win over Colorado State. In 2009, Taylor Potts uses 13 receivers, passes for 456 yards, and throws 7 touchdowns to lead Texas Tech to a 55-10 win over Rice in Lubbock.
Wow, 13 receivers. They weren't asking for sticks that day, were they?
Sounds like he spread it around nicely.
Yeah.
And in 2015, Patrick Mahomes throws for 3 touchdown passes and runs for 2 more in the first half as Texas Tech routs UTEP 69-20 in Lubbock.
Way to go, number 5.
Happy National Chocolate Milkshake Day.
Jamie, chocolate milkshake?
It would be last on my list.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
Strawberry would be 1, vanilla would be 2.
I mean,
and then chocolate, and then an Oreo, and then chocolate.
I think if I'm going to the flavor store, 31 or 32, whatever it is, a mint chocolate chip shake would be my first. Strawberry, but with vanilla ice cream and real strawberries. I don't like the strawberry that just comes out of the machine. It's got to be real vanilla and then mixed in with real strawberries.
Yeah, that strawberry sauce they use.
I'm out on that.
I'm not a fan.
Lucky lady, big fan of the chocolate milkshake though.
Jeff, how would you rank them?
Oh, it's chocolate all the way.
Chocolate all the way.
All the way.
A vanilla milkshake to me is just one that they forgot to put the chocolate in.
Yeah, I get it.
I usually have chocolate ice cream at home or some variant of chocolate ice cream.
Some people have said that I'm vanilla, or that I have a personality that they forgot to put the chocolate in.
Now, I will say, however, and I think Chuck will agree with me on this, the chocolate milkshake is vastly inferior to the chocolate malt.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
And all the difference is the powder. That's it.
That little malt powder. Yeah.
That little malt powder. That makes all the difference.
I don't know
in the
that
world.
I've ever had a malt.
Oh, what? I almost want to go make you one right now, just so you can have the great experience of having one. Happy birthday to Sydney Sweeney, who is 27. Yao Ming, 44. Freddie Freeman, 35. Hans Zimmer, one of 2 composers that I would put on our list, is 67. He did all the music for the Batman movies and pretty much all of Tim Burton stuff.
Who's the other one?
John Williams.
Oh, okay, John Williams. Yeah.
Those would be probably the only 2.
Who's John Williams?
Star pretty much everything Spielberg has ever done.
Okay. Well, it's a fair question to ask.
I thought there was the one guy who played in the NBA, John Williams, who was a pretty good player. Mm-hmm. And then there was the second guy who played in the NBA who was a fat guy. And they used to call him the first guy, John Hot Rod Williams, remember?
John Hot Rod Williams. Yeah, sure.
And then then they came with the second John Williams, and he was a bit chunky, okay? And so they called him John Hot Plate Williams.
Hot Plate.
Do you remember those 2 guys?
I remember Hot Rod. I vaguely remember Hot Plate. Yeah.
Vernon Maxwell, 59, and Andrew Luck is 35.
And he walked away and he stayed away.
Good for him.
Unlike others that came back.
What does he do? Does he coach a high school team, or he just
I think he just compliments all the people that drive past his house, going, "Hey, that's a nice drive by the house." Remember how he used to compliment everybody that hit him hard?
Oh, yes.
Like, yeah, nice hit, bro. Like every single time.
Yeah. I love guys that are great players and that play for a long time and all the above, but I also love guys that feel like they make a good amount of money, they have success, and they're at peace with whether they won a championship or not, and they say, okay, next part of my career, I want to make sure I'm healthy for the rest of my life and can walk normal and all that. And now I got kids and I want to be at the house with the kids more and walk away and go do that and then just love life there. And knowing Andrew Lux, he's probably in some business where he's making a bunch of money too.
He is a part-time coach at Palo Alto and has been since 2023, since last year.
Nice.
So that's pretty much it.
Palo Alto High, or
I think so. I think that's in San Francisco.
And on this day, in 1995, I actually can't confirm if Chuck actually said that the Harlem Globetrotters were phenomenal and could never lose. But on this day in Vienna, Austria, the Harlem Globetrotters tip off their third game of an 11-game exhibition series in Europe against a team of retired basketball stars led by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, aptly named Kareem's All-Stars. Unlike the previous 8,829 games, the Globetrotters lose 91-85. The team's first loss since 1971.
I wonder who else was on that team.
Despite being 48 years old, Abdul-Jabbar put the team on his back, scored 34 points. Bo Kimball, a former college standout and New York Knicks, scored 13 and grabbed 8 rebounds. Both of them were aided by a handful of other former NBA standouts, such as Artis Gilmore, JoJo White, Nate Tiny Archibald, and the 40-year-old Cedric Cornbread Maxwell.
Man, all those guys were old. I mean,
except Bo Kimball.
Except for Bo Kimball. I mean, Artis Gilmore, he played at UTEP or Western College or Western Texas, whatever they called it, Texas Western, and then JoJo played at KU and played it for the Celtics. And then
what year did you say it was?
1995.
I mean, all those guys have been out of the NBA for a decade or more,
and beat the Globetrotters. 91-85.
I wonder how Kareem was 48. I bet he wasn't out of the NBA for a decade at that point.
I know JoJo was, and I know Tiny Archibald was.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I'm just saying Kareem. I think Kareem played into the late 80s, didn't he?
Oh, I think you're right on that. I want to at least 88.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's this day in sports history.
All right. Stay in sports history. Thank you, Jeff.
I would have loved to have watched that game. That would have been so much fun.
Kareem was done in 89.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
First United Bank Studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Hit us up. Also, Visual Edge IT hotline is open too. Washed up guy weighs in on Artis Gilmore. He notes, as did Gus in the text to me, that they lost to UCLA in the 1970 championship game. He said, I watched that team play against the U of H at Hofheinz Pavilion the following season. Yeah. Okay. Jeff, I know you said the halfway there might not be a good line for the lady, but what about take my hand, we'll make it, I swear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Really good point.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody says vanilla shakes are the plain and dry are the plain and dry burgers of shakes.
Yeah. I mean, I will just say this. Aren't we all really happy that Van Halen wasn't filming a video at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well jump.
Might as well jump. Jump.
Or crisscross.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a really good point, Jamie. Yeah. Hey, I have a question for you. Jamie's got a question for us.
That's why Bon Jovi's better than Van Halen, right?
Oh, man,
No, get over the hot for teacher thing, Chuck.
I like Van Halen. I just like Van Halen. I like Van Halen. I like Bon Jovi. I think I'd probably go. Bon Jovi's got a really. I want to say I saw a story on him. On
yesterday when he saved the person's life.
No.
Did you see how old he looked on Sunday at the U.S. Open? Oh, my goodness.
I want to say I saw a story on him on the CBS This Morning program with Jane Pauley. Somebody interviewed him, and it was very insightful on him and his career and his life and how his wife just kind of puts up with him and his... sometimes he's not always been exactly the model citizen of husbands.
High school sweetheart.
Right? She got him through school. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a very rough patch in the middle.
Yeah.
And with him getting a little bit too full of himself.
She stayed by her man there.
And I think he, at some point, grew up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, it was a great. I mean, you should Google that because you would enjoy it. They showed his studio and his home studio, but it was just a really insightful story on him, and he was pretty humble about things. I mean, he's got a little cock of the walk to him, but that's just you got to have that to be a big time superstar, rock star like he is. So here was my question going to be for you. If I could say to you, hey, you can go to any of the Big 12 games this week, and I'm going to take Texas Tech out of the equation, which game would you want to see? Okay, because there are some games that are pretty good. There's some stinkers. Tonight we've got Arizona State and Texas State. Tomorrow night you've got UNLV playing Kansas. You have Arizona playing Kansas State. That's a game involving two top 25 teams. Arizona's 20, K-State's 14. Both teams are 2-0. That game will be in Manhattan. It's a 7:00 kick. Probably be a raucous environment. Oklahoma State plays at Tulsa. Cincinnati plays at Miami of Ohio. So two Ohio teams going against each other. Backyard brawl. West Virginia and Pittsburgh. I think I would have picked this game if it was in Morgantown.
Okay, I would think that it's going to be a good atmosphere at Pitt too.
Right, but it's at the Steelers stadium, and it's off campus, and it's just not, it's not as raucous. I don't think. Utah State, Air Force Baylor, Colorado State, UCF TCU, Rice Houston, BYU Wyoming. Which game would you pick?
This one is really, really easy for me for a lot of different reasons. Okay, I'm heading to Fort Collins. I'm watching Colorado State and Colorado.
That surprises me.
He'd be in Colorado for the mountains. He wouldn't even go to the game.
Yeah. I was in Fort Collins this past summer and thought it was a beautiful little town. Mm-hmm. Would love to go watch a football game there.
Okay.
There's serious hatred between those two schools.
Sure is, yeah.
I think Colorado State, excuse me.
7:20.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Now that Jamie has stopped dying.
Yes.
Gesundheit.
I think Colorado State came close last year, so I think this will be a good game. I'm ready for Colorado to self-destruct. I think I think it would be really funny. So yeah, and plus while I was there, I could get a hike or two.
Get a hike in. Okay. Jeff, do you have a take?
I have just as an easy of an answer for a completely different reason.
Okay.
I would go Arizona at Kansas State.
Yeah.
I know it's a Friday night game, but it's a top 25 matchup in the Big 12, and I would like to see Kansas State lose that game. I am tired of Kansas State winning football games.
Okay. I'm sitting next to you, man.
I can't, I can't get the Red Raiders to beat them, so I'll take any loss for them I can get.
Okay.
I think that's the best matchup.
I do too. Yeah, without question. It's K-State's favored by 7. It should be a really good game. It's kind of one of those deals where you might walk out of there going, yeah, I think both teams are still really good teams because they're going to both go in at 2-0. And I think you're going to walk out of there going, yeah, I think either one of those teams could win.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And win a bunch of games in the Big 12.
Are you surprised the line is so high? 7 for Kansas State.
Well,
Arizona's not looked great so far.
You get 3 just for being the home team.
Yeah,
in a lot of cases.
Arizona does not look great at all.
Do you think it should be higher?
No, I think it should be lower. But Arizona's not looked good.
Somewhere in the 5.5 range.
Yeah,
5.
something like that.
I mean, Arizona beat New Mexico 61-39, and then last week struggled to beat NAU. What is that? Or Northern Arizona, 22-10. So
what do you
that's
think?
kind of their North Texas, probably.
Maybe. Speaking of that, what do you think of the line for the Red Raiders? Almost 10.
Scares me. I don't think I would bet that.
I would not bet that.
Yeah.
Nope. Then again, I almost have a very hard and fast rule of not betting on the Tech game except for the over-under.
What? I have this. I just got this feeling. Okay, just this feeling just came over me. This epiphany just kind of came over me.
This is what happens when you listen to Bon Jovi music. You get
an epiphany.
You get the good feelings.
Yeah. I have this feeling that you're either going to win by a large margin, like 21 or more. I was thinking 30, or you're going to lose. That you really that this. I mean, this could be one of those statement games that this team is like, okay, all these people that were like, jumping on our bandwagon, coming out to Tech Night, coming to the Red Raider Club luncheon. Now they're like, oh, fire the coach, get rid of all the players, we suck, We're going to show them.
Yeah, I don't know that people jumped on a bandwagon. I think everybody all off season, it was a building up of heading towards the season, and there were reasons looking at going way back to the schedule release to feel like this was I don't feel like suddenly there were new Tech fans jumping on board.
Yeah.
I think they were all Red Raiders the whole time that believed that this had the opportunity to be a great season. Now, are people jumping off the bandwagon? Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked at all. I mean, first off, your offense plays so much better at home. Mm-hmm. And I feel like your defense showed that they made improvements last week. Okay, so it wouldn't surprise me at all to see Tech win a 44-21 game or something like that.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen, this one's very basic, very simple, wide open with the answers. Okay? You just have to fill in the blank. These are the easy ones, right? Just fill in the blank. These are the easy ones.
I mean, you can make the argument multiple choice because all the answers are on the test. You just have to find the right one.
Okay.
Multiple guess was always the hardest for me.
But all the right answers are there.
I know, but I could make them all make sense. Fill in the blank. All right, Jamie.
Fill in the blank. Mm-hmm. The Red Raiders will bounce back and win tomorrow if...
If... I think eliminate stupid mistakes, i.e. pre-snap penalties, i.e. not playing, here we go, complimentary football. And
for those of you playing the morning drive drinking game, that's take a sip.
And just don't get your dauber down. If you have a little setback, don't let it eat you.
I think you should have taken the word stupid out.
Okay.
Eliminate mistakes.
Eliminate mistakes. Because I was thinking about the pre-snap penalties and things like that.
Because you could throw 5 interceptions,
yeah,
and none of them be stupid.
Yeah.
It's just the guy made a play, or the ball got tipped by the defensive line of scrimmage, whatever, and those wouldn't be stupid.
Yeah, that's what they say.
They would be mistakes.
That's what they say about me after 9 o'clock. You would be better if you would eliminate your stupid mistakes.
All right, Jeff.
I'm going to parallel with Chuck on one of them. Eliminate your mistakes in the pre-snap penalty area. Mm-hmm. While it necessarily hasn't cost you completely on a drive, it's just work you don't have to do. And you've had some struggles already. And number 2, and this can't be bolded, italicized, double the font enough. Run the damn ball.
Wow.
Okay.
Is Taj Brooks going to run it?
I don't care who's good. Run the damn ball. Control your offensive line, push people backwards, impose your will on the defense, and go win a football game.
Oh, so we have to run it well now.
Well, that's usually how that goes, yes. I mean, you've done what? Cameron had what? 5.5 yards per carry?
Yeah.
Yeah, run the damn ball, which gives your defense a chance to breathe so you're not turning the ball over in 14 seconds or whatever it was on that 3-and-out where you threw 3 straight incompletes after a 99-yard drive. Like, let's help out the defense a little bit and run the damn ball.
Let's get Coach Kitley on the blower here. Jeff.
Jeff just went 12-year-old boy. He learned a new curse word, and he was going to use it.
It's from The Blind Side.
I get it. This is Chuck's version of Victory Monday we just had right there.
No, for that particular phrase, that's the only way I can say that phrase anymore. It's just run the damn ball.
How about run the football well? I mean, and we make it more child-friendly. How about that? I think I'm going like bigger picture than you guys. Okay.
Okay, that's probably. You're wiser, so it's probably.
I just think the offense needs to perform much better. Okay, and I think you can. I think you can outscore this team. I don't expect the Red Raiders defense to hold them to 14 or anything like that, but I think the way you play offense at home. You have a great chance to win this game, and you just have to play a lot better than you played last time.
I was just thinking
last time out, which was on the road, and again, you play much better at home. So just keep doing what you're doing at home offensively, and I think you win the football game.
I was just thinking that I was going to say the offense is running smoother, but it's almost like. Which goes back to the not having the pre-snap penalties, which goes to having some flow to it, which has all those things.
If I was going to attach something to that, your quarterback has to play much better than he played on Saturday night in Pullman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's got to have some, help up front too, and would help to gain some confidence,
Well, He's got to perform well to gain confidence.
Absolutely. No, you're not wrong on that.
You can't magically just abracadabra, boom, you have confidence. You can't put on a pointy hat and have a little stick to point at him and make it happen. He's got to perform. But he should have had a lot of confidence after the first game of the season.
But it is amazing how, and I think we're all like this in life and our various jobs, whatever our job is. Some days you have those days where you just, you can't thread the needle, and some days you have those days where you just
Are you
everything.
Working as a seamstress on the side?
No. I was just thinking. Just thinking about it from just, sometimes I can't sell sight to a blind man. There's just some days I can't. Can't sell air conditioner to a guy that lives in the desert. Just some days.
Well, there's nowhere for him to plug it in.
And then some days you can sell ice to an Eskimo, and you're like, man, doing pretty good. And you kind of get on a roll, and you kind of get a little momentum behind you. Again, no matter what your job is, you could be somebody that works on a high rise, when you're and the nail gun is, boy, it's all working. There's no misfires, I don't know, but having confidence and having confidence in your ability and confidence in your teammates. And I think when your rhythm gets thrown off, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. If your offense could play in rhythm, then I think that kind of makes everybody feel a lot better about things. That goes into special teams, that goes over to the defense. And the other question I was going to ask you today is, and this is really kind of it's a bit of a stupid question. If you win the toss on Saturday, do you want them to take the ball?
Defer. Defer.
My personality is always going to defer. Okay, that's just me. But I don't get angry over that. I totally got where you want to talk about confidence, and how about the confidence that puts or says to the offense. Hey guys, we want you to go out there and get us the lead early on. We want you to set the tone right off the bat here. So go out there and do it. Now, if they muff the opening kickoff,
somebody points that out here.
It doesn't work as well. But yes, I always prefer to have that possession to start the second half.
And it makes sense because you can set yourself up for, if you score going into the half, you get the ball coming out of the half, then sometimes you can not necessarily put the game away, but you can certainly separate.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm still kind of chuckling about the RCR. I really like that. I'm going to steal that, Jordan. I'll give you credit for it once, but I think I'm gonna take that home with me, because there's some times where that is also said at home. Well, you're right this time, So I'm going to say, hey, it's RCR. Regrettably, Chuck is right. Mm-hmm. Regrettably, Chuck is right. RCR. I like that. Okay, some thoughts, comments from the Yates Flooring Center chat line.
Will Chuck ever use RLLR?
Which is what?
Regrettably, the lucky lady is right. Will you ever admit that she's right?
Sure. I've got a big old project going on right now at my house that part of it she was right on. Regrettably, she's right on that, because
it's costing you money. So.
I waved her off. You're wrong about that. You're wrong about that. And then turns out she's right about that. A few good minutes quotable in several places. Yes. Somebody says definitely Forrest Gump for me. That's from Bucky. Fletch Lives. Airplane. Hangover. Happy Gilmore. Yep, all good ones. Lindale Jeff. Did we give up when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? My favorite line. Sooner in Lubbock says Eric Morris seems pretty motivated coming into Lubbock. I would think so, right? Sure he is. But he's not going to be on the field. He ain't running any routes.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's motivated just because he's a local kid and he played for the Red Raiders. And I don't know that he has any hatred or dislike for anybody on our coaching staff or anybody in our administration or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe he does. I don't know of that. But sure, he wants to come in and do well. But again, as I said to Choice yesterday, when we're talking about the motivation game, if your team's not motivated after the egg that they just laid in Pullman, then we got problems.
Yeah. I think it could be one of those deals where you come out and score early and often, and then you get rolling. I mean, if you could just get rolling, okay, kind of removed out. Look, you're not going to win the game in the first quarter. Well, you might be able to if you go up 21-0. But I mean, and then the other thing is we don't want to see. Hey, don't coast. Keep your foot on the gas. I actually had this thought this morning. You're going to laugh out loud, because I actually was thinking, okay, maybe today's the day. How's the basketball and baseball schedule coming? I'm looking forward to the upcoming season. No, I'm right there with you. I am just waiting for my email to go off that we have a Big 12 basketball schedule. I know, I am. I'm like, that could be it.
Knees bent, right?
Yeah, right.
Ready to pounce on your toes.
I have really got to work on my basketball dribbling and stuff like that. And that is, I should have done it yesterday, because my appointment got canceled, and we had a lunch here. I thought, well, I guess I should probably go to the lunch here now, since my appointment got canceled. Then I was sitting there going, man, I could have gone over and shot some hoops. Worked on my dribbling, because there's usually not very many people dribbling during the lunch hour, like just kind of dribble up and down, kind of just running. You
were going to go to Tech and use their courts.
No.
Oh, you were going to go where your gym? Okay.
My place, yeah.
Just going to dribble up and down.
Yeah, dribble up and down. And
well, you can get a ball and dribble in the driveway.
I could, yeah.
Yeah, you got room there? Cars are in the garage, right?
Right, yeah, sure. Right, all that stuff.
How about start jogging around the neighborhood dribbling while you're doing it?
I think that would look weird.
You think so?
Yeah.
But that would work on your quickness with the ball in your hands.
Do you really want to work on your dribbling skills?
My dribbling are pretty good. It's just my running with the dribbling, because it's just I haven't done that. That's
guaranteed way to help get you better at it.
What's that?
Start dribbling around the building.
That would.
How many people would be trying to steal that ball from you?
I thought he was going to suggest Tom Amansky.
No, I'm serious. Every single person that would see you down the hallway would try to steal the ball from you if you work on your dribbling skills.
They would probably body check you into one of the walls, though, also.
That's why Sneed's around for the whistle, so he can call foul.
Yeah.
And then you get to shoot free throws. Yeah. See, it's a win for everybody.
Top Gun and Tombstone. That's from Sassy Redhead. William says La Bamba. Okay. Yeah, that's all good stuff. Somebody says this. Yeah, I think we all thought that. I thought they would be motivated to play Washington State after week one. Boy, was I wrong.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. But, maybe they were motivated and just played really bad.
Yeah.
The problem is that can happen again this week.
Yeah. You can get a ball and dribble it off of a grandson's head. I could, you're right, but then one of them might, we don't need any crying or any, like, why does he have a bruise? Big paw, dribbled the ball off my head, Mom. I
remember the first time with the younger daughter, she was probably 4 or something like that. I threw her you were just messing around or whatever, and I threw her a behind the back pass because she was not expecting that at all. And it hit her right square in the face and knocked her over.
We tried a stunt in the pool this past weekend that the young phenom came up with, and
did they land in the pool?
It did.
Okay. Now we can continue to hear about the stunt.
It was stupid on my part, but I bought into it, and it involved putting a raft over my head, and then he was going to land on my head and see if he could land in another raft. I mean, it was well conceived, but then his stomach hit my head, and he was like bent over, and then the lucky lady came out. It's like, what's wrong with him? And like, well, he hit my head. Well, how did he hit your head? And we had to start explaining, and then it started going south very quickly.
You gotta be careful there, dude.
I know. My
you
neck.
Might get accused of targeting.
Right. Well, but
Crown of his helmet. Chuck Heinz out of the pool for the next quarter.
This from Kobe. Speaking of Eric Morris being local, I remember watching him hit a game winner at the state tournament. I think it was to get to the championship game, which they ended up winning. This person says, I was also there. That was for the state championship versus Argyle. They won the semifinals pretty handily.
Yeah, I heard he was an amazing athlete.
One of those may have come. I bet you that second one came from Zach Sparkman, because he was here in the building yesterday for our United Way meeting. He's the loaned executive, Zach Sparkman, a loaned executive, our very own. Mr. can come tell you what temperature it was in the gym when Eric Morris hit that shot. Probably, right? Dribbling while running around the block looks weird. Not this 60-year-old randomly dribbling on the driveway. Maybe the lucky lady will allow you to dribble in the house. Nope, there's no dribbling in the house. No dribbling in the house.
I'm a little surprised, Chuck. I mean, how are your grandkids going to get good at basketball if you don't have a hoop in the driveway? I mean, you're just basically keeping them from having any chance of being ballers.
Well, the 4-year-old, I mean, he can throw. You know what? Those little mini footballs, he can throw that thing.
That's fine, but you're not giving them a chance to be good at basketball.
Yeah, we got to work on that.
You got to get a goal, man.
Yeah.
Get a goal.
Hard to pull out a business card while dribbling. Ping, 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 hi. Ping, hi, I'm Chuck Heinz. Ping. Bobby Hot Dogs asked earlier what would be the equivalent of me blowing a no-hitter. Would be like running out of business cards the last hour of the business expo.
Be a bad deal.
That'd be extremely
regrettable moment.
Regrettable moment.
That would be a bad high.
It would be a bad high.
You know what?
He would rip off his tie and spike it.
If Chuck were to run out of business cards at the business expo,
I'll let him have some of mine.
Well, sure, but Chuck, this is a perfect example of something. Come on, you can get there. You can get there. Sorry about you, because you didn't bring enough business cards.
I know I ran out because I had to get 2 of them last week. I had some friends that wanted autographed Chuck Heinz business cards.
I really thought that was I really thought that you were trolling me on that.
There was a bit of a joke involved there. I owed them something, and we were in a group chat, and I said, hey, well, what else can I get you guys? And one of them jokingly said, autographed Chuck Heinz business cards. And I said, all right, let's go.
This might be the text of the day. The guy mowing shirtless in the rain is worried about looking weird dribbling a ball in his neighborhood.
Boom.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.